I did notice in the mission statements put out by the World Economic Forum to achieve long-term resilience and long-term growth. Now, as we know, we are all bogged down by the short-term chaos.
We are focusing on the importance of resilience. I think what we have seen the last years with COVID, but also with climate change, and also with the economic challenges and the trade challenges, is that if we don't prepare for also crisis, the cost of inaction far exceeds the cost of action. So we will need to take concrete steps in the years to come to identify the blind spots, but also to work on them and invest more money when it comes to avoiding new crises. We have to invest more money in being resilient when it comes to new pandemics. We have to be very much investing in CO2 mitigation and also adaptation, because climate change is here. We, of course, will fight it, but we also have to be prepared, better prepared to handle the current crisis. And then when it comes to the economy, we know that it has been like a roller coaster. We need more stability. And the only way, I feel, to build resilience there is that we continue with the great solution and recipe that we had during the 3 last decades. We have to continue to trade with each other and invest in other countries. And we should not have this beggar thy neighbor approach. You should prosper your neighbor, as we have seen in the 3 last decades.
Many are pointing out whether the global south this time, once again, will also be the biggest victim, as they did before during different cycles of recessions.
I unfortunately think you are right. There are some really big emerging economies that are big net importers of oil and gas, and also big net importers of food. So that's a double hit. And those economies are already vulnerable. So here we also have to take serious responsibility among the G20. We have to make sure that we take every possible step available not to see further soaring of food prices. And we also have to double down on the energy security, but also energy access.
What do you see the role of China for the rest of the year during both the so-called post-pandemic recovery and also in the new brainstorm of global governance?
So a successful and prosperous China is so incredibly important, not only for the Chinese people, but for the rest of the world. And I think China's leadership on trade, investments, but also on all the renewable energy forms like solar, wind power, but also stability in China and also reviving economic growth will be very important. And we, from the World Economic Forum, has great collaboration also with the private sector and business in China, where we see that there is a lot of entrepreneurship and also a lot of development. So medium term and long term, I'm very optimistic on China's growth and prosperity. I think we all are now faced with short-term challenges that we have to overcome. It's based on the pandemic and the COVID. It's based on the slowing global recovery. It is also, we are seeing that climate change is not something theoretical anymore. It is really happening. So it's not about why, it is the how to deal with climate change, short-term, medium, and long-term. And Chinese leadership in all this area is incredibly important. And we will not get out of the impasse or break any of these impasses without a better collaboration between China and the US in the years to come.